The beginning. 5 years ago, a good friend of mine made a decision. He wanted to completely change his life, to achieve more, grow more, and make more money. But there was a problem. He was a pro at making plans, but a total amateur at putting them into action. Every time he sat down to work, he'd end up scrolling on his phone, cleaning his desk, doing anything except actually starting. Sounds familiar? You're not alone. But here's the truth, procrastination isn't about laziness, it's about discomfort, and once you understand that, everything changes. Trial and error. At first, he tried everything the internet suggested, setting smart goals, making detailed to-do lists, even using a tomato-shaped timer. But no matter what he did, he kept falling into the same trap. He'd plan his day, but when it was time to act, he'd freeze. Then one day, he came across this quote, "Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned." That hit him hard, clearly, and he was missing something important. A new perspective. After analyzing his failures, he realized the real issue. He was too focused on results instead of the process. When you start something new, the effort is high, and the results almost invisible. That's discouraging. And when something feels bad, what do? We avoid it. For example, when he decided to create his first YouTube video, he thought, how hard could it be? Write a script, edit the video, make a thumbnail. Sounded simple, but in reality, it was overwhelming. He sat down to write and realized he had no idea where to start. So he rewrote endlessly, feeling worse with every draft. Eventually he gave up, turned on Netflix, and convinced himself he'd try again tomorrow. And that cycle, it just kept repeating. The breakthrough. Then he had a realization. When you're stuck in procrastination, forget about the results. Your only job is to get moving. That was a game changer. He stopped measuring success by how good his work was and started celebrating the fact that he worked at all. Every day he showed up, even if it was just for 10 minutes. He counted it as a win, and something amazing happened. Some days he only worked for 10 minutes, but other days, those 10 minutes turned into 2, sometimes 3 hours. He stopped dreading the process because he was no longer pressuring himself to be perfect. That's when he realized consistency beats perfection every single time. The power of small steps. At first, he set a goal to work on his video for 2 hours a day. He failed on day 1. The bar was too high and his brain rebelled, so he went back to basics. Instead of aiming for 2 hours, he set a ridiculously small goal, just 10 minutes a day. And guess what? He crushed it, day after day. Why? Because small wins create momentum. That momentum builds confidence, and confidence is the fuel you need to keep going. Think of it like leveling up in a video game. You don't jump straight to the hardest boss fight. You start at level 1 and work your way up. Procrastination works the same way. Understanding the root cause. But here's something no one tells you. Procrastination isn't one size fits all. Sometimes you procrastinate because you're afraid of failing. Other times, it's because the task feels boring or overwhelming. To break free, you need to figure out what's really holding you back. Whenever he felt stuck, he asked himself, what's making this so hard right now? Was he unclear on what to do? Did the task feel too big? Or was he just distracted? Once he understood the root cause, he could apply the right solution, breaking the task into smaller steps, learning a new skill, or simply turning off his notification. The final key to success. Procrastination isn't a life sentence, it's a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. The secret? Focus on progress, not perfection. Take small, consistent steps. And remember, you don't have to feel ready to start, so the next time you're tempted to put something off, set a goal so small it's impossible to fail. Take that first step and then the next. Because here's the truth. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to get great.